read an interesting article today titled Social Media Has Stopped Churning Out Megastars and It's Remaking the Creator Economy. And I gotta say, I have some thoughts on this, being the fact that I am a content creator who makes videos for YouTube, TikTok, I'm on Threads, I'm on freaking Instagram, I'm on Blue Sky. Anywhere you can find me, I'm on there. I've got my own podcast. I have my own website with a newsletter that has recently been doing really well for some reason. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that has been happening throughout the past, well, 12 months, I'm going to say. So it says the breakdown is it's getting harder for social media creators to become global superstars. Apps like TikTok and Instagram are pushing niche, personalized content over general fare. Creators, talent managers, and investors are tweaking their strategies to meet the new reality. Sorry, but you're not going to be the next Mr. Beast. In fact, YouTube's top creator might be part of a dying breed of megastars. And it says here that basically since 2022, Mr. Beast is has consistently been the top creator. No one else has managed to dethrone him. And from 2022 to now, there's only been one new sort of YouTube megastar that has become in the top 10 YouTube creators. And that was like a really interesting fact because I definitely feel like it's getting harder to have YouTube subscribers. And there's even videos on this at the moment that shows there was like a meme video of this person walks into a calf and there's two people sat opposite each other, and it's like, I know that person, I know their content. Should I go say hi to them? And it's like, oh, you know that person. What's their name? Oh, I don't know their name. I just know the content. And she's trying to find the content on TikTok, like trying to scroll through it to find the person's name. It's like, do you think it'd be weird if I just went over there and said hello? And the other person's like, what? You just say, oh, hello, I don't know your name, but I love your content. Seems a bit weird. And then he actually went over there to the person and was like, oh, I love your content. And then that person responded to the person and was like, oh, I love your content too. But sorry, I don't know your name. And then the other person, like, oh, me too. I don't know your name, but I love your content. And it's kind of getting to this point now because of the consistent just scrolling through. You know the person's content, but you don't actually know them on a personal level. And that is happening more and more often nowadays. So you just like their stuff, and you find it funny, and then you just move on to the next person. There's no personal deeper connection to that creator anymore. Like with Mr. Beast, like with Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, all those greats that I remember and sort of connected to them on a more personal level and always enjoyed any content they made. I was always like there watching them. If they release a new video, I'd jump in like, oh, Markiplier's released a new video, watch it. I still do that now as well, but with newer creators, I don't really know their names. I just scroll through and I'm like, oh yeah, their content's great. And I'm constantly, there's like one Instagrammer I follow, his name's Sam something. He's a comedian, love his content. And every so often I'm like, I need to go back to his channel or his profile to get a video I want to share with someone. Now I'm like, oh, I've forgotten his name. I've forgotten, I'm like scrolling through to try and find him. Ah, there he is. Okay, I can send that link now. And yeah, it's crazy how times have changed for that. So it's definitely harder to sort of have those deeper connections, but there are like niche markets. It says here, scouting talent in the new social media age. TikTok's early years were defined by monoculture, or as close as social media could get, featuring creators like Hype House Crew. You could hack your way to the top of everyone's TikTok feeds by collabing with the right creators or jumping incessantly on trends. Does anyone remember Jason Derulo's 2020 campaign? New faces broke into the mainstream each year. The phenomenon has faded. So it was talking about Charlie D'Amelio, Addison Rae, KB Lame, they're sort of the big TikTok creators. And now, for the past 12 months, you probably wouldn't be able to name like a big creator like them from TikTok. You just know the sort of content from a less deeper connection level, if that makes sense. Um, so it's saying here like it's better to sort of drill down into niches. I really, really despise like this whole, oh, you need to drill down into a niche, you need to be very topic specific, and it's getting like more and more drilled down. It's going to be so drilled down to a point where it's like you can only make cooking pasta videos. If you make cooking pasta videos, you can't then go to cooking a pizza because everyone would just drop off. Or if you decide, oh, I want to cook a pie or let's cook donuts, it will drop off because it's like, no, you're not that pasta creator anymore. And yeah, it's just it's odd. Um, so yeah, my mind is kind of going on this because like Twitch in a minute. Twitch feels like the past month has been fairly easy to gain followers. Last year was pretty difficult for me. YouTube last year was difficult. I have over 6,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is fantastic. You know, I love every single one of my 6,000 subscribers, but obviously I want to build up and get the 100K for the plaque and all that great stuff. And it's just my subscriber count has stalled. I actually lost 10 subscribers throughout the 12 months last year, despite making a lot of content. And this year, so far, I was like kind of going back up to 6,140. And then it's just gone back down to 6,132. And it just keeps tiptoeing around. And I'm like, I just want to get out of this 6K rut and get up to like 10K. 10K has been my goal. It was my goal last year. It's been my goal this year. So I'm hoping I can eventually get out of that rut. In the meantime, I now have a second channel that has more like niche content. It's going to be based on like tech videos that are sort of helpful and generated to the sort of streamer creator market. I've already got two videos based on using the Lumix S9 for streaming and making videos, and then I also have another one that was like DaVinci Resolve, putting, if you've got two audio recordings, like matching them up so they're in sync. So then if you have like you're recording video on your PC and then video on your camera, and you have a main microphone that you want to use, you need to match up the video to the audio. And with DaVinci Resolve, it's actually pretty easy, but like it took me a while to figure it out or get a video on it. So I was like, I just make a video on that. So yeah, it's just technology-based tutorial stuff, which works really well. I've noticed on my blog, I have a blog post that I want to turn into a video where you get alerts on your live stream if someone signs up to your Ghost newsletter, because Ghost is quite popular for newsletters and blogging. And I was like, okay, that's a really cool thing to do. And I've gained like 11 subscribers so far from that blog post. So I've been feeling like I need to go more down into that route of, can I make these interesting tutorial videos for streamers that for their alerts, stuff that just makes their life easier for streaming and making content and all that stuff. So yeah, it is hard out there at the moment. People have to find ways to navigate around this, and it can be tough, but we will definitely all push through. I know many creators at the moment that are really, really struggling. People are pushing for Twitch partner, and I've seen a few people recently make it, and it's amazing that they have done that. I would eventually like to get there, but I'm like, what, 2 or 3 average concurrent viewers at the moment. So I am nowhere near the 75 that is needed, but maybe I'll get there one day. And I'm also multi-streaming to YouTube and Kick as well, because I want to get my content out there as much as possible. So, you know, I'm making my YouTube videos, I'm doing my Twitch, I'm doing my Kick, I've got my podcast on the go. I've got a blog. I've got my store. I've got all these things, and it is like I've barely made any money. I've barely broken, not even broken, even on any of this stuff because it is tough. And there are so many more people out there like me, but we always constantly see the big people who have made all this money and they're like, oh, I've done this, dude, follow me, follow my stuff, and you'll get rich too. And it's like you're in the top like 1%. That and they're going on to top 1%. It's actually a lot easier to be in the top 1% than people actually realize. And most of the top 1% aren't even earning enough for a living. And it's actually like the top 0.1% that are the big, big megastars like Linus Tech Tips, uh, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye. They're the 0.1% that are making a good amount of money. And then the rest of the 1% are barely making enough to live by their means, you know? So it's tough out there. It really is. And we're constantly pushed through everyone's like good life of, you know, the perfect living. And it's never like that. So yeah, just keep pushing, you'll get there. And yeah, we'll come out on the other side better, stronger, and thankful for all the stuff that we've done. So thank you guys for listening to this podcast if you have done, and I will speak to you guys in the next one. Okay, goodbye.